What's up, everybody? Hope you're ready for some Mr. T. We're going to embalm the fool who dares stand up to Mr. T. Hope you are excited. Playing against Queen Marchesa. We will embalm her. Let's do it. Alright, let's get Mr. T up here. Oh, yeah. Hope you're digging the new overlay. And before we jump into our opening hand, shout out to Josh for giving the suggestion of going Mr. T for Temmet. Beautiful idea. I want to give credit where credit is due. So thank you, Josh. That was very amazing. Now, as far as opening hand goes, we have Tundra. Yeah, this is beautiful. We'll keep this one. Enlightened Tutor. We can grab my, whatever piece of artifact we want to go for. And then our opponent's going first. See if they have demulligan past 5. That doesn't sound too fun. But yeah. Welcome to some Mr. T. We're going to embalm the fool. It's pretty cool. Opponent's off to a 4-hand start. Oh, man. Sorry about that, buddy. Best of luck. Okay. We're playing Mr. T. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. Alright, and it has the embalm ability for 5. Let's go ahead and lead off with the Zorius Chancery. That way we'll bounce it back to our hand. Let's go ahead and get the Flooded Strand down. I think I like that. Yeah, let's go Flooded Strand. We have Enlightened Tutor. We'll see what we want to grab off the Enlightened Tutor. And then we'll kind of cover what we're playing against Queen Marchesa. Playing against Queen Marchesa, she has Death Touch and Haste. Whenever she enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the Monarch, create a 1/1 Black Assassin creature token with Death Touch and Haste. Okay. Let's go ahead. Protection from blue and green. Let's go ahead and crack the Flooded Strand. I'm going to go and grab a... we're going to go and shock this one in. Let's go for the Hollowed Fountain. Yeah, let's go for the Hollowed Fountain. We're going to go and shock that in. We're okay with that. Let's go for the Enlightened Tutor. And what do we want to search up? We've got... we can go for Mana Ramp. We do have... what sounds good? Sword of Feast and Famine is going to protection from black and green, which will help us with some spot removal. I think I like that. Let's go Sword of Feast and Famine. Let's get that on top. That's on top of our library. We can get down the Chancery, and then next turn we'll be in a good spot. Or actually, if we want to just get the island down, we can go for the Lightning Greaves. Let's go Tundra. Let's go Lightning Greaves. Get that down. Anything else? No, we're going to go past turn. Okay, covered our commanders. We are good to go. But yes, if this is your first Temmet video, or you haven't seen any of my other Temmet videos, this is a blue-white control style deck where Temmet is our finisher. It is our win condition, which is just really good. Love it. Love Mr. T. A really good commander for a blue-white control shell. Okay, our opponent gets down Queen Marchesa. They are the Monarch now. They're the captain now. At the beginning of your in-step, draw a card. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, its controller becomes the Monarch. Okay. Got the Summonings card down. Do we want to tap out for Sword of Feast and Famine? Then we get the Chancery down next turn. Or we could just get down Temmet. Yeah, let's go for Temmet. Then we get that down. The next turn we go for... Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go Temmet. Looking at white-blue. Go and get the Lightning Greaves on there. And then let's go ahead and go for the Azorius. Get that down. Let's go and bounce the Tundra back to our hand. Anything else? No, we're going to go past turn. Okay, so next turn, we're not going to swing in right now. I don't really want to swing into a Death Touch Haste. Doesn't sound that enticing. But yeah, so as far as the next turn, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 4 mana. We can go for the Sword of Feast and Famine. We're going to need to get a... we may end up swinging with Temmet so we can get into the graveyard. That way we can get a token going. And then we can start putting the Sword of Feast and Famine on there. And get that nice little protection, connect, kind of get those lands going, and then eventually we can get the Sword of Body and Mind, get that token on there, and start swinging it with those. Okay, let's go and get the Tundra down. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go and go for the Sword of Feast and Famine. I like that. 1, 2, 3. And our opponent does have Urborg down, which turns our lands on for swamps. So if we want to go for that, we can. But not, I think we're just going to go and pass turn because this sword's going to cost 2 to equip. Yeah. We'll just go and pass turn. Now, if they do swing in, we probably will block, allow Temmet to go to the command zone, and that puts us in a spot where we can get that token on the battlefield and get out from underneath the Lightning Greaves that has been laid out before us. But yeah, name of the game is just basically with Temmet. That's the cool thing with Temmet is that whenever he does die, you can go back to the command zone, but we're usually going to send him to the graveyard because that allows us to... It's going to cost 5 mana to bring Temmet, Mr. T, out of the graveyard. It's going to cost 1 more than the commander tax. But the important thing is that we get, we can just go and pay 5 mana, and then we have the reduced cost out of the command zone later on in the game. So it's kind of like you're paying a little bit extra up front, but you're okay with that. And on this one, I think let's go and block on this one. Let's go to the graveyard. Make sure we clicked on that grave. Okay, I'm going to go and block. Connect on Mr. T. And then we can embalm out of the graveyard, get the put the Sword of Feast and Famine on there. Or we actually tap out for the summonings if we want to. We really don't have any spells to support the metallurgic summonings though, so may not go for that. Secure the waste. Tap out for that. get a bunch of tokens on the battlefield, get a nice little metallurgic summonings. I think that sounds pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's sequence it that way. Let's go and get the island down. Let's go for the summonings. What that's going to do is it's going to give us a bunch of blockers once we tap out for Secure the Waste, and then we get into spots where, you know, let's say that we get the Actar, they get the waste down. We'll kind of re-rack on how much mana we got. But, you know, swinging in for 5 right now, we're okay with that at this point. And then eventually with all those little tokens, we can swing in to where we can become the Monarch and get that card draw going. So I'll take that. So we're tapped out right now. Anything else? No, we're going to go on past turn. Okay, so we're looking at a Secure the Waste. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 6 total mana. So we're looking at 5, and we'll have a nice little 5/5 construct artifact token, which is pretty sweet. Get that down, and we can start putting the Lightning Greaves on there, and the Sword of Feast and Famine, and start swinging in. It'll give us protection from black, which will allow us to swing past Queen Marchesa, and those Death Touch Assassin tokens, because they're going to be black tokens, so we're okay with that. Opponent's got a ton of artifact ramp over there. Alright, oh, no swinging in. Okay. And then let's see what else. Okay, see what we're drawn to. Flagstones. I guess we can go and get that down if for some reason they go for Armageddon or something. We'll go and get that down. So at this point, we're looking at tapping out for Secure the Waste. So we're going to get that Metallurgic Summonings in response to that spell. So if they do swing in, we can kind of catch them off guard if they want to swing in with the Arbiter or anything like that. And we don't have anything that we're searching up right now, so we don't have to worry about the Arbiter keeping us from searching our library up. If you are new to Magic Online, and this is very important, with the Arbiter, you need to click on it and then pay that 2 mana before you search for something, because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go Secure the Waste. 1, 2. I'm going blue. 1, 2. But yeah, you have to pay for that first, because if you don't, then you look like a silly fool. So we're going to pity the fool who does that. Okay, Metallurgic Summonings for a nice little 5/5 body. Oh yes, beautiful. The 5/5 colorless. Actually, excuse me, 6/6. Get those insects. Yeah, there we go. Do we want to chump block on with one of our warrior creature tokens? Swinging it for 3. If an opponent is a Monarch, create a 1/1. Yeah, I think we're okay with swinging it for 3. I like having the bodies on the battlefield. I mean, we could technically, they have more than enough mana to recast their commander, so we're okay with 3 coming in right now. And then next turn we can get the waste down, go for the Temmet, Embalm out of the graveyard, and give the construct token unblockable, connect with the Sword of Feast and Famine, and then untap all of our lands, and then have access to that. We can actually get in the spot where we go Elspeth, start creating those tokens on the battlefield too, so that'll be pretty good. And then we can become the Monarch. Get that card draw going. I love drawing cards, man. That's one of the best things in Magic, so I'll take that. But yeah, I'm loving Mr. T, man. When I did the art for this video, for this deck, I just was not thrilled with Temmet by himself. And then, you know, Josh suggested the Mr. T, and I was like, all right, that is, that's one of those, like, that's beautiful. Love it. Great. Okay, see what we're drawn to. Marsh Flats. Let's just go and get the waste down. That way we don't crack it and forget about the Arbiter. Let's go ahead and go for Embalm Mr. T out of the graveyard. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. I mean, 1, 2 on this one. I love the tap for 3. I'm going to tap for colorless, blue, and then 1 more. There we go. Embalm Mr. T. He goes back to the command zone. Let's go ahead and equip the Sword and Feast and Famine on the construct token. Now, Mr. T is going to give it unblockable and +1/+1 until end of turn. Let's see if they have some sort of response. They do have 3 cards in the hand, so we may lose out to something like that. Worst comes to worst, we can always put the Lightning Greaves on one of our warrior tokens. Swords to Plowshare. Gain life equal to its power. Okay, got it. We're going to quit for 2, but it's not going to go on anything. We're still going to be able to... oh, dang it, I meant to go for the Lightning Greaves. Oh, well. Let's go and just give this warrior token unblockable. You're the chosen one, buddy. All right, we're going to swing in. Coming in hot for 2. Can't be blocked. Put our opponent down to 28. And then what we'll probably do is go and get the Lightning Greaves on the mummy, Mr. T. The embalmed Mr. T. Alright, so we're going to become the Monarch. Oh yeah, feels good. Get the Lightning Greaves on Mr. T. No removal. Anything else? No, we're going to go on past turn. Okay, we're going to get that card draw. See what we draw. Thassa. That's pretty good. Okay, so next turn we're doing pretty good. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. If they have some more spot removal, so be it. But at this point we're kind of okay because well, we do need to get into a spell to where we can get at least a bigger creature onto the battlefield. What we can do is we can switch the Lightning Greaves over to well, it's going to have Shrouds, so we're not going to be able to target ourselves. So What we can do is just going to get the Sword of Peace and Famine on one of the snake tokens, not snake tokens, thinking of Patra, the warrior token. It'll be a nice little 3/3 with the bonus from Temmet. It'll make it a nice little 4/4 swing in, untap our lands. We'll have Thassa to get down to, and then actually we'll probably go ahead and go for Elspeth. That way we can get those soldier tokens onto the battlefield and get into spots where we can really start getting some nice little value. Now with Sword and Body of Mind, this is one of those cards in the deck that it gives the creature protection from green and blue. Now Temmet is well, I guess technically, I guess it would be white. I think that would work with Sword of Body of Mind. I know when you have Temmet on the battlefield, it's blue-white. I don't know what the color identity is, technically, of a token like that. But with Sword of Body in Mind, when Temmet's on the battlefield, you're not going to be able to target your token. So we do have Sword of Body in Mind in here as a way for us to get just a token on the battlefield if we want to stick some other stuff on there, like a Sword of Feast and Famine. Okay, so they're swinging in. Do we want to chump block on this one? Let's go. Let's take care of the Assassin. Yeah, we might be seeing a Damnation coming across, so I don't mind blocking on this one. Take care of the Arbiter, and then we'll just go and chump block on Queen Marchesa. Okay, there we go. Make sure we hold on to that Monarch status. I like drawing cards. It's always pretty good. And then we don't have to worry about paying 2 to crack the Marsh Flats. Okay, connect for nothing. And let's see what else we draw into next turn. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to have 8 with the Marsh Flats. So we can go Elspeth main phase and still have 2 mana to equip the Sword and Feast and Famine on our little warrior token. If our opponent doesn't have some sort of board wipe, though. Let's see what they're going for. That may be what they're going for. Phyrexian Arena, okay. A little card draw. The white border Phyrexian Arena, I know that one. I've had that in my in my decks before. Anger of the Gods. There we go. There's some removal. Okay, 3 damage to each creature. Queen Marchesa, adios muchachos. Alright, so we're just going to have to reset. But this would be a great time to deploy Elspeth out. That'd be really good. And we still have Lightning Greaves to put on there to swing across, so. Okay, let's go and get the Marsh Flats down. Let's go and crack this. Let's grab one of our, we have 1 basic on the battlefield, so I don't think we want to go. 2 more basics, irrigated farmland. Let's just go ahead and grab a Plains off this one at this point. Get that down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's going to be exactly just enough. So let's go ahead and go Elspeth. Get those tokens on the battlefield. Blue-white. And then 2 more. Get Elspeth down. We're going to create those 3 warrior, those white soldier creature tokens, and then we can equip the Sword of Feast and Famine onto it, and then put the Lightning Greaves on top of that after that. So, if the spell resolves, opponent does have one card in hand. If it's a mana type, we have 2 mana to pay for it. So, much obliged on that one. See if this resolves. We'll get it down, and then we'll get those tokens going. Hopefully connect with the Sword of Feast and Famine, and then kind of redeploy everything else out. So this is kind of what you're looking to do with Temmet. I mean, that's what makes him such a good commander. You can definitely go heavy tokens with Temmet. You know, getting Intangible Virtue and different stuff like that out there. But you know, just using Temmet as a control style finisher, oh, feels great. All right, let's go and put the Sword of Feast and Famine on there, and let's go and put the Lightning Greaves onto that soldier. Or if they have some removal in response to that. Mortify. Destroy target creature enchantment. Okay, you got it. No equip for us. Let's go ahead and get the, we'll go and put the Lightning Greaves on one of the soldiers, because that allows us to kind of shift it around. So let's go and swing in for 1. Every points of damage matter. Coming in hot for 1. Puts them down to 25. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. Alright, so they're going to have the Phyrexian Arena card draw. Looks like we drew an island off the Monarch. And let's see what they're getting down. They do have enough mana to go for Queen Marchesa if they want to. And she's going to have haste and dethrone. So, I mean, death touch and haste. So if we want to block with the soldier token, yeah, we can. We can block with the soldier token because we'll be able to plus up Elspeth and get 3 more soldiers to kind of move the Lightning Greaves around. So, but on a side note, if you want to get embalmed by Mr. T himself, pity the fool who embalms us, head over to mtgotraders.com. They have an awesome selection of not awesome selection, but a good selection of embalming tools from Temmet. And if you've not subscribed to the MTGO Traders YouTube channel, be sure you do. It's a nice little mix of Commander and modern content. Okay, opponent scoops it up. That is a bummer. But I guess they weren't drawing much. I'll probably still go and post this video up. I may splice it onto another Temmet video. We had Metallurgic Summonings down. If we don't really have any spells to take advantage of it. But I guess our opponent was just going to, I don't know. Maybe they were just worried about getting some nice little value out of the Elspeth, getting those soldiers down, destroy all creatures power 4 or greater. A little bit of a preemptive scoop, but I guess they felt that we had gotten to the point of the game where we can kind of close it out. So, all right, I may post this on with another Temmet video. So if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Okay, yeah, I wanted to go back and kind of highlight that we did have Phyrexian processor. The thing kind of closed out, and I realized I didn't finish my statement. So, yeah, more than likely we would have closed it out. They only had one card in hand, I guess, after they made the land drop. We had Phyrexian Processor to get down, so we could have gotten that down and paid simply, 24 life or whatever soldier tokens were on the battlefield, put the Lightning Greaves on there, and we would have to kind of close it out with the Phyrexian Processor. It would have been a little bit more of an aggressive line of play, but our opponent scooped, and that definitely would have been something that we could have gone for. So, we will chalk this one up as a win for Mr. T. Much obliged. Pity the fool who dares to stand up against Mr. T. Alright, but yeah, I forgot to cover the Phyrexian processor, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to highlight that would have been one of the win conditions for us to get that down for 4 mana, because we would have enough. It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd had 9 mana. We're looking at paying, 24 life, or even 22 life if we want to be conservative with the 2 soldier tokens over there, and then going for the Phyrexian processor coming across. So, and if worst comes to worst, if they did get down Queen Marchesa, we would have Sword of Feast and Famine to put it on that Phyrexian processor. So that's what we have it in here to help us close it out, and Elspeth was doing a nice little job over there too. So once again, pity the fool. All right, bye. Just wanted to highlight the Phyrexian processor. I'm going for bye this time, for real. Going away. Good luck. Have a good day. All right, bye.